Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving into a really powerful blueprint for anyone who's looking to build a recurring revenue stream online. We're going to break down exactly how you can take existing content and transform it into a high-value paid newsletter. Okay, let's get right into it. So you love the idea of a paid newsletter, right? But the thought of having to create this mountain of brand new content every single month, yeah, it feels a little daunting. But what if there was a shortcut? A way to build that foundation super quickly so you can focus on the part that really matters. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the premium newsletter model. Then we'll pull back the curtain on the content shortcut, which is PLR. After that, we'll walk through exactly how to turn that raw material into a polished, refined product. And finally, we'll tackle the biggest question of all: why will people actually pay for this stuff? Okay, let's start with the end in mind. Before we get into all the how-tos, we need to be totally clear on the what. What exactly is it that we're trying to build here? A premium newsletter is not just another blog post that you send out in an email. The two key words here are exclusive and paid. Your subscribers are paying for access to specialized, high-value content that they just can't get for free anywhere else. It's a very direct exchange. They give you a monthly fee, you give them incredible value. So, if the goal is to create all this amazing premium content, where does it come from? Well, this brings us to the secret ingredient for making this model work fast and efficiently, something called PLR. PLR stands for Private Label Rights, and it's basically like content for hire. You buy a license to articles or reports that are already written, and that license gives you the legal right to change them, put your own name on them, and publish them as if you wrote them yourself. Think of it like this: you're buying the raw ingredients from the store instead of having to grow all your own vegetables from scratch. This slide lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the slow, hard grind of creating everything from scratch. But on the right, you see how PLR can be a launchpad. It gives you the foundation, but, and this is key, it's your touch that makes it special. PLR is never the final product, it's just the starting block. And that brings us to the absolute most important part of this whole strategy. Look, anyone can buy PLR. The real magic, the thing that makes this entire model work, is the conversion process. This is where you come in. It really all boils down to this simple formula right here. PLR is the raw material, but your unique insight, your expertise, your voice, that's the spark that transforms it into something premium. You're not just a copy and paster, you're more like an artisan, taking a base material and crafting it into something valuable and finished. So here's the blueprint in action, step by step. First, you source it. Find really good PLR that actually fits your niche. Then, and this is the most critical step, you infuse it with your unique value. This is your analysis, your personal stories. After that, you structure it, make it look good, make it an engaging read. And finally, you publish and send that amazing new premium content straight to your paying subscribers. Okay, this all sounds pretty great. But it leads us to the million-dollar question, or, maybe the $10 a month question. Why on earth would someone pay for content that started out as generic PLR? The answer is all about the value that you add. The source material we're looking at really hinges on this one idea. It says the goal is to create deeper, exclusive insights that people will happily pay for. So what does that actually look like in the real world? This is how you turn that generic content into solid gold. You're not just giving them information, you're adding layers of value all around it. Things like your unique analysis and perspective, actionable steps they can take right away, links to other great resources, your own personal stories or case studies, and deeper explanations of the tricky concepts. You're building a whole web of value that they just can't get anywhere else. And there's that phrase again, straight from the source. This is the whole value proposition in a nutshell. People are drowning in free information. What they don't have is curation, perspective, and insight that saves them time and helps them get results. They are paying for your filter on the world. So here's the big takeaway. This strategy is not about churning out tons and tons of content. It's about creating high-value content that actually matters. It's a truly sustainable business model because it's built on a foundation of quality. By using PLR as a starting point, you save hundreds of hours, which frees you up to focus your energy on adding those unique insights that people are more than willing to pay for. And that leaves us with one final thought. Forget about the content creation treadmill for just a second, and think about your own expertise, your own unique view of the world. What is that one-of-a-kind insight that only you could share? Because that, right there, is the real secret to making this entire model work.